The only people that are mad about this raid in Ellaville, Georgia at the Hyundai mega site are probably people that don't pay taxes.
Shut up, loser.
Hello, what's up, beautiful people? I'm called Erin, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I'm here to let you know that things are not sitting well on our girl, the Karen, who called the ICE on the Hyundai workers. You know what I'm talking about? Here we say the Hyundai, but they say Hyundai. Oh my God, Hyundai. So guys, let's watch, and I'll be coming back with more commentary. Let me know what you think about this whole thing down there below in the comment section. Is it going to bring, like, is it going to spark another war? We just saw what happened between the Americans with the China people, and now Hyundai or Hyundai. The way you put it, the way you pronounce it, the way you call it, it depends how you learn it. You are taught about it. Me, I know it's Hyundai. Now I've learned it's Hyundai. Let's watch and come back with more commentary.
You think MAGA can't be any dumber? They up it. They up.
Those of you harassing me over this whole raid at the Hyundai plant don't realize how excruciatingly funny you are.
Just know the US has a reading comprehension problem, because what do you mean you see this and you say Hyundai, Hyundai, Hyundai? Where did the third syllable come from?
And shout out to the South Korean president who said, "You not finna walk of shame our goddamn nationals, bitch. You not finna see a video of South Koreans walking onto an airplane with their hands zip tied behind their."
So, my beautiful people, currently, I don't know what it has to do with this calling ICE upon people, calling ICE to come and arrest people. Like, why? I've never known. Like, you just don't want these people in America. Like, you are not learning. You have seen how business have been affected, how agriculture has been affected, how the tourist sector has been affected, and you continue calling. You want to be like the good Samaritan, and you don't know the repercussion you're causing to the United States of America. So apparently we know that Karen, the good Samaritan, tried to apologize, and I really don't know if they took in the apology. I really don't know, but she apologized. She came out and apologized. So she was trying to, she thought that she was helping the American. Little did she know that these people were teaching Americans in Georgia how to make car batteries. And now she has costed, her stupid action has costed Americans to lose 400,000 billions of money. And maybe she thought that she'll be like, Koreans are like these African countries or these other Mexican and all that other countries that will be like, oh, don't deport our people. No, 300 workers have been deported, were deported back to Korea. Yeah, they left the country. The president said, like, bring my people back. So the vice president of the United States, JT, has to apologize. Like, it's too late, because they have lost a lot of money. So I'm telling you guys, things are not the way you think they are. Like, you have to sit down and think. When the ICE come in and ambush the people, they don't ask you, what exactly are you doing here? And it's very unfortunate that even these ICE don't know that this category of people are here in the United States under what purpose or reason. They really don't know. They just get into some places, they found people, many people, and they are out. So I don't know if Americans or the president of the United States and the vice president of the United States try to bring back those workers who were deported, the Korean people, I think they're gonna be having a price tag. There's a tag that they're gonna be attached on them. There's demands they will bring. The South Korea, the Korean country or leadership will want to accompany these people. I don't know if it's going to be that easy. You understand? And this is exactly what is happening in the United States of America. Why are people not even learning that the economy is on its knee? Everything is colors. It's finished. It's time you have to save the United States of America. You're not doing good to the economy of the United States of America. You're not doing good to the people of the United States of America, because you're not going to go to the farm. You're not going to harvest. You're not going to teach. You're not going to be the doctor. You're not going to do that work. You understand? So you have to think before you act. Are your action contributing anything to the United States right now? So guys, that is what's happening at the Hyundai and the United States, at the company of the Hyundai. We call it Hyundai. You know, that's what is happening. Let us always think, let us know what we are doing. If it has any impact, it's going to it's going to bring any downfall to the country. It's what if I'm taking this action, what kind of contribution am I making with my actions? That's what we need to be talking about. So America has lost 300 people. They've already gone to their country, but it has lost a lot of billions of dollars. Yeah. So were you helpful, or you're being useless? Guys, let us keep watching this video, and I want to know your input down below in the comment section. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Even the Vice President of the United States is on his knees trying to beg and apologizing, because this is time where you just have to let me apologize. Guys, let us watch.
Ripple effect that young lady made by calling ICE on all of those Asian folks at that Hyundai plant. You realize what you just did, right? You just cost America millions and millions and millions of dollars. Because South Korea, I don't think they want to do business with America anymore after that. Hyundai, like the car manufacturer Hyundai. Yeah, you know what else South Korea own? LG, Samsung, all them damn Android devices y'all got. Yeah, a lot of them South Korean Android parts is in our iPhones too. The same iPhone I'm using right now. Yeah. Shorty, you know what you is? You the equivalent, right, of the dude who started the literal freaking pandemic in the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Yeah, that's you now. Now that's you. You that guy now, or girl, whatever gender you are. I don't know what gender you is or whatever. I don't even know your name. But you're that guy now.
A woman who just went online bragging about being the reason 475 people were just arrested. It didn't go the way that you thought, did it? Because the way that you were so happy to share with the world voluntarily that you were the one that contacted ICE, that got that Hyundai plant that was in the middle of being constructed, completely shut down, and over 400 people arrested, most of them being Koreans, which you seemed kind of confused about until you realized that Hyundai is owned by Koreans, and that the reason they had so many people from other countries here was because they knew they were going to have to train Americans to do this job, because all of their instructions from Korea were in Korean. So they got approval to send people here to the United States to construct their massive facility in the way that you were like, now look, there's over 475 jobs that are now going to be available for people in Georgia, because they weren't giving these jobs to Georgians. That's right, they couldn't give these jobs to people in Georgia because none of them spoke the language. And her narrative of bringing 475 jobs to people in Georgia are making the world laugh, because anyone who understands that they were just constructing this facility, this was going to be a facility that would have given nearly 9,000 jobs to people in Georgia. She had zero concept of that. All she saw were people from other countries in her state, specifically in her town, and it upset her so much that she contacted ICE and said that she was doing it because they had unsafe working environments and they weren't getting paid enough. So she contacted ICE. Because of her fight for the people of Georgia, they have lost all of their people who were going to train them for the jobs that this facility would have brought. The owners of this facility, the investors, the people paying for it and bringing all of these jobs into the state of Georgia are now threatening to can it all. That's right, they are going to shut down this construction site and they are not going to continue building their facility that would have brought almost 9,000 jobs to her state. Would have not known any of this had she not come online and bragged about it. Oh, and she's also running for Congress.
I wonder if the higher ups or the government came down and called her and cussed her out for causing this much of an uproar, because not only did you cause an international fumble, you caused a generational fumble and you hurt your own constituents. She is learning the very hard lesson that a lot of y'all are learning right now, is that racism is expensive. It is expensive. It is very expensive. And a lot of y'all cannot cash that check. Like, I just want to know if someone in the higher ups of the government called her personally. She probably thought it was a huge honor that they know who she is and they called her, because she's not even in the door to local government. She's not even in the door. She's not in the door. And they probably cussed her out because you just caused an international fumble with one of our biggest allies. If you were that concerned about the workers, why didn't you call OSHA? If you were that concerned about the working conditions for these workers, why didn't you call OSHA? But you called them.
Those of you harassing me over this whole raid at the Hyundai plant don't realize how excruciatingly funny you are trying to harass me. Okay, for one, I got signed up to go to a Mormon baptism. I got signed up to sponsor an LGBTQ parade in Atlanta. I got asked to sign up for life insurance. I got signed up for an anti-racism course. And, you know, it was really sad that the way y'all make your living is getting paid by Craigslist to harass people. A bunch of basement dwellers. Well, most of y'all don't even live in this state because I have your location and the situation is being monitored. And if you post pictures of my kids and make threats, well, it's going straight to the FBI. So I'm just telling you, you might not want to do that. But I'm sitting over here laughing at how ridiculous y'all are. And don't waste your time with me. Raid at the Hyundai plant.
Her racism caused a $4.5 billion mistakes. She called ISIS on all those Koreans who came to the Hyundai plant that Korea built in America to build cars, Hyundai cars. Her hatred cost a $4.5 or $4.8 billion fucked up. And you know what I love about Korea? Their leader, they send a plane to come get their people. They're like, oh, send our people back. The president of the United States is causing problems international where a lot of country, they will not want to do business with the United States. And this bitch thinks calling ISIS on a bunch of people who are here in a work visa and a business visa to come to make sure everything in the plant is running well. And they are dragging her to filth. Because not only did she just probably cause them to shut down the plant, but she also probably caused a lot of people to be out of jobs as well. And also, it shows that the people that work for immigration, especially the ISIS people, they didn't do their homework. Because if they did do their homework, they will see that those Koreans are there legally to conduct business because their country invested $4.8 billion to build cars in a facility. And Americans, I'm sorry, they're not close to, me, I prefer to buy
Honda, Toyota, cars that are built by the Asians. I will probably buy cars that are built by Africans before I do by Caucasian. Because I know somehow it's going to be fucked up. Somehow they're going to fuck it up. And she's over there saying, well, if you post my children pictures, legal action will be taken. Bitch, nobody care. Your hatred, your racism caused you to call ISIS and a group of people that are here legally to conduct business so they could return back home. And the Korean president was like, yeah, send our babies home. Send them home to us. They are dragging her to hell. They are dragging her to filth. So she's like, I got invited by the Mormons. Of course the Mormons gonna invite you.
I have another update regarding Hyundai and the immigration situation. Chunky Milk decided to respond with this.
It's a battery factory in that case, as I'm told. And, you know, when they're building batteries, if you don't have people in this country right now that know about batteries, maybe we should help them along and let some people come in and train our people.
That's what they were here doing. That is what they were doing. The people from South Korea were here not only to help construct the plant, but to also teach the future American workers. South Korea has also responded to Chunky Milk, and they said that this is a very regrettable situation. Now, if you're familiar with big business, whenever they say something is regrettable, or country relations, when they say something is regrettable, a lot of times that hints that things are about to change as far as progress and working together, because they regret the decision they made to work with you. This is also leading to a bigger thing, because we've had a terrible jobs report. The amount of people who are unemployed now outnumber the jobs available. If we're deporting people and you think that's going to create jobs, you're creating a vulture job market. A vulture job market is when you ruin the jobs for other people and swoop in and try to take what's left. That's never going to work. It's the same way how we had the housing market crash and people were waiting for houses and businesses and locations to get foreclosed, and then they would swoop in and try to take the property for a super low price. That's what we're doing with the job market. Since you couldn't successfully create jobs and stability for American people, you think using ICE to get rid of people who have come here to work, skilled workers, South Korean nationals, you think getting them arrested will create jobs for Americans.
The only people that are mad about this raid in Elabelle, Georgia at the Hyundai mega site are probably people that don't pay taxes.
Shut up, loser. When you think MAGA can't be any dumber, they up it. They up the ante every time. LG and Hyundai are Korean companies, correct? You can correct me in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure they're both South Korean companies, right? And so Trump worked out a deal where they bring some of their manufacturing over to the United States. They settled in Georgia, which is good for Georgia's economy. It's also good for the local workers as well, for them to be able to get a job. I want people to understand something. When you bring a company over from another country, it is not uncommon for them to bring workers that actually know. Those workers, 9 times out of 10, are not just working the lines. They're training people. They're training people to get the job done, okay, the way that they want to do it. It's creating more jobs. And I live in Douglasville, so I'm right next to Carrollton, right? It's not even done yet. I don't think the warehouses and stuff are actually done, but they're coming over here to work on the cars, but also they're building out more buildings here in this little countryside. So, baby, you stop them from working. You know, South Korea is like, we're going to bring them home. The people that know how to do this, we're going to bring them home. That's going to also slow down production. Yeah, we're going to get them the fuck up out of there before they get hurt. Which is going to fuck up other foreign agreements, which is going to fuck up other things because they see how you guys treat foreigners. Y'all, that racism and bigotry is expensive.
And shout out to the South Korean president who said, you not finna walk of shame our goddamn nationals, bitch.
Just know the US has a reading comprehension problem because what do you mean you see this and you say, Hyundai, Hyundai, Hyundai. Where did the third syllable come from? I just saw a segment on the Korean news. They were talking about the Georgia lady that called ICE and they were ripping her to shreds, literally being like, she has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. They were talking about how she had to shut down her social media, her daughter's social media. And they were making it clear, like, people in the US are idiotic. And yeah. And don't be commenting something silly being like, if you think the US sucks, then go back to where you came from, because I'm a US citizen. And I truly think someone's worst critic should be themselves. I don't know, I just can't stop thinking about the videos that came out from that raid because just like the workers, they remind me of my dad. They're all around my dad's age, maybe a little younger, maybe a little older. My dad works for LG, different sector, but I don't know, I just feel like in another world, that could have been my dad. And it's almost like they're shaping it like, oh, they're the luckier ones because they were only held for a couple days. Korea chartered a plane to take them back to Korea, but even just those few days of being shackled up and like held in confinement, it's hard to imagine the amount of trauma that must be inflicted on them to be treated as such. And it's true, right? They were only held for a couple days versus there are so many people that have been held for days, weeks, months, years. And I hate this concept of a wake-up call because I think it's terrible that people need to witness something traumatic being done to themselves or to people that look like them to understand and to feel empathy and to feel a desire for change. But I don't know, I feel like that's what it was, right? Because majority of Korean Americans in Georgia voted for Trump. There's so many Asian Americans that are pro-Trump, and I'm not saying that like all of them are. So many Asian Americans are progressive, are Democrats, are liberals, are leftists, are activists, okay? But there are so many pro-Trump folks. And this cover of being Asian, especially East Asian, is not this protective shield that's gonna shield you from all the things that Trump and his cronies and his ICE freaks and his administration are doing. And like this morning, the Supreme Court announced that, sure, like y'all can racially profile, just like look at someone and decide if they're undocumented or not. They're like, yeah, go ahead, y'all can do that to ICE. So what's to stop them from seeing someone that doesn't speak English in public and being like, oh yeah, doesn't know how to speak English, must be undocumented? Because that's the common experience for a lot of us Asian Americans, right? Like we may be fluent in English, but a lot of our parents, our grandparents